resolution to add ANC 5D treasurer as authorized T-Mobile account as the authority on the T-Mobile account, and disconnecting the ANC 5D T-Mobile account. Commissioner Shropshire.
So I move to,
Will you explain, please?
I will, in my move.
Okay.
I move, this resolution to, let me get the right one. I move this resolution to add ANC 5D treasurer as authorized T-Mobile account contact, be it resolved by the DC Advisory Neighborhood Commission 5D. ANC 5D authorizes the ANC 5D treasurer to be added as an authorized representative of the commission to T-Mobile account number 886199526. And be it further resolved, ANC 5D authorizes the ANC 5D treasurer to take such actions as may be required to prevent accrual of additional fees charged to ANC 5D.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All commissioners, please. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show that it passed 4-0. Now I will ask, is there any questions from any citizen on that item? Okay, Commissioner Shropshire.
So, just why do you have a T-Mobile account, I guess?
That's why we're closing.
Okay.
We didn't move to close it. We moved to, the move was
Add the treasurer,
to
yeah.
add the treasurer and to take such actions that may be required to prevent accrual of additional fees for ANC 5D. So just to give background, ANC 5D, there are some commissioners, 3 commissioners on our commission that have cell phones. And this resulted from a previous T-Mobile account that was in place before any of us, this commission, took place. So in January, what typically happens is that before you're able to obligate any commission for any fees or finances, you take a vote, with a quorum. And we never discussed having a T-Mobile, we never discussed having cell phones, we never discussed T-Mobile as our carrier. And so we weren't aware, but knew that there had been previous cell phone usage. But nothing was brought to our attention about a bill that we owed until September. And that's when we were told that there is a $2,000 balance that's owed for T-Mobile.
So is that supposed to come out of the $50,000
Yes.
budget you're given to pay that?
Yes.
So are they authorized for the commissioners? Cell phones?
Can I
Yeah.
do it? Cause I'm one of the ANC commissioners. I've been, this is my 3rd term.
Okay.
Okay, before we came 5D, we were 5B. Certain commissioners have like certain things, okay? We agreed to cell phones because we didn't want our constituents to be calling us on our personal phones. And we can do that. So it was 5 phones, but we didn't agree to T-Mobile. We agreed to the cell phones, but we never took a vote, just like she said, for T-Mobile, okay? It was another ANC commissioner that she decided that she wanted to go to with T-Mobile without a vote. Okay, so it's 5 ANC commissioners, old ANC commissioners that have cell phone. 2 are no longer ANC commissioner. 1 stepped down, 1 was re-elected. But the cell phones, from my understanding, was not returned. I still have my cell phone, and 2 other ANC commissioners have their cell phone. The person that was authorized to pay the bill did not pay it, and just like she said, in September, that's when we realized that the cell phone bill had not been paid. And it was an amount of $2,000.
And I could clarify, it's, Commissioner Henderson has a phone, Commissioner Pettigay Lewis, along with Commissioner Black now. And like I said, the two former commissioners, as far as we know, the phones were never turned back in. And what she
Well,
explained
we
is that,
don't know if the phones have.
well, we don't know if the phones were turned back in.
I don't wanna say that they weren't.
We don't know if the phones were turned back in. And like I said, they voted to have a cell phone, but when it comes to spending money, that separately has to be voted on.
Before we go to you, Mr. Mankey.
I'm a patient man.
I just want to clarify, all of the expenditures that the ANC had from the previous ANC before we came on board were approved, they were voted on, all the bills were paid, the phone bills were paid up until December 2014, and that's in January, or I would say, when I was elected treasurer, some months out in February, I think it was, I got all of the documents from the previous quarter, which included quarter one, which was October, November, December. All those bills were paid. Everything's been up to date. The only thing that we're talking about now is from January 2015 moving forward. So at the point of us being a new commission, the opportunity to decide to have cell phones and identify the carrier should have been made in January for all of the new commissioners here. Who's to say that we would have wanted cell phones or not? I mean, I think it's a reasonable, my perspective is it's a reasonable thing to do. If you have people calling you all the time, then I think that, I didn't see anything wrong with that. But we never discussed that. We've not discussed that. There's been 3 phones used, and I think there's 5 accounts on the account. So it was never terminated when we came on board. So that was what the challenge is that we're talking about, is that it was never ended for the previous commissions and restarted for the new commission.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem, using phones, but I'm saying, are these people still using the phones? Like, are they still being billed, and are they using it for non-ANC business, at this point, is what I'm,
We don't know. We don't
So
know.
that-
I can, wait, I can speak for myself.
Right.
Because where I'm the ANC commissioner, it's a lot of hot spots, and my constituents do call me.
Yeah, no, I'm not debating, if y'all voted on the phone, I'm fine with that, but I'm saying, if you have 2 phones that are missing, who has the phones and are they using them? If you're still having to put the bill for it, are you using it? You're not even on the commission anymore, why do you have the phone, and why are you using the phone?
I
That's
use
sort of-
mine.
And I mean, so that's what, I mean, if y'all say you need them, I'm fine with that, but if you're not on the ANC, I don't know why you have a phone and why,
And that's why
you're still paying the bill for it.
Well, that's
that's
why
sort
we're
of the point
bringing
is-
it up now.
Yeah.
Throughout all of this, the theme is we don't know, right? So starting in September when this was first brought up, the first question I think out of all of our nows at various points was, can we see the bill? We made that request verbally a couple times. I know I put it in writing in October, and then at the October.
So is the bill in a certain person's name or something? That's why you
So
can't
this
see
is
the
part of the
bill?
problem.
Okay.
It's in the name of ANC 5D, and the address on it is Commissioner Henderson's home.
Mhm.
So we've actually never, the only bill we've seen from all of 2015 was the bill that was brought to the last meeting, which was half of 1 month's bill.
Mhm.
So we actually don't know who's using anything. What we do know is we can safely assume we're netting out another $250 every month that we don't do something.
Okay, but I'm saying if it's in your, not a specific name, it's just being mailed to
It
your
is in a
address.
specific name. It's in Commissioner India Henderson.
Oh, it is, oh, that's
it's-
her
it's
daughter,
both,
she's
right?
not
It's
on
the-
the,
It's the Commissioner.
Correct.
It says
Correct.
ANC 5D, and it says Commissioner India Henderson, and it's 1807 L Street.
so and is the account is in India's name as well? Like
I think it's in,
It's in ANC 5D.
to the attention
okay, well, why
of
don't you
the-
send the bill to her and let her pay it then, since her name is on it?
that very well.
I mean, I'm just asking the question.
Mr. Montague.
Mr. Montague, hey!
Mr. Montague.
Oh.
Again, procedure. What's the procedure for someone being able to commit the ANC? One. All right. Because was the procedure followed when it was committed, whenever the phones came on, Well, to be candid with you, I didn't start attending ANC meetings until 2014. I know the phone bill came up at every meeting, and every meeting it was voted on and agreed to be paid.
Every
In
meeting
2014,
beginning
in
in
2014. It became an issue in 2015, okay? I know my former commissioner, your predecessor, had a phone. She used it, that's what we called her on, okay? Now, why they only have 5 phones and when they have 7 commissioners, I can't answer that. But my second portion of my concern is you're getting ready to set up a select committee for budgeting, all right? A week ago and tonight, I've raised the question about communications with constituents. I would hope that part of your consideration is, because I see you guys are also planning to set up a website, which I've mentioned before myself, we need to do this, okay? I would hope that in your deliberations, you give thought to how you communicate with constituents and set up some flexible guidelines for such. Regardless of what the ANC says about 4 poles in the neighborhood, okay? In my opinion, 4 poles in the neighborhood doesn't get the job done. And I would hope, going forward, 2 things. I have no intention of being a disruptive force. I really don't. I've told you guys before, I would like to work with you. I will continue to. I will try, I hope to make thoughtful recommendations. These are some. I think we need to know how we're supposed to communicate with our commissioners or commissioner, okay? I would tend to think, as Commissioner Shropshire said, having a commission cell phone is a legitimate expense, a legitimate way, one, to pay for that communication right, and candidly, to some degree, tracking. Okay? I might like Hillary Clinton, but I'm not in favor of her email being outside the government. I say the same thing for you guys. Whatever you do should be district sponsored in terms of official communication. Somebody should have access to that type of information. The question was asked, are they conducting non-commission business on the phones? If you ever get to the point where that's a real question, everything is recorded anyway. You can go to the NSC and get any phone call you want, if it is that big an issue. I would just wonder if any of that makes any sense.
I can, happy to.
Well, what was the first question? You gotta repeat it for me. What's first
procedure?
part?
Well, no, I'm not gonna go there.
The first question was about the procedure.
Yeah,
What's the procedure
because-
followed?
No one, we're talking about India Henderson, and clearly we didn't address this subject in a conclusive manner in 2015. This is November, we're getting ready to go into December before we can actually authorize Commissioner Shropshire to take care of this issue and shut it down. It should have been something, should I finish or should I?
Go ahead.
It should have been something that should have been able to have been shut down long before now, or at least addressed in meeting and come to a resolution. And
So,
what-
whenever I started as the treasurer, my responsibility is to, make sure that we have access to the cell, since we have a T-Mobile account, I tried to access that.
Mhm.
And was not given approval to access that by T-Mobile because I wasn't an authorized
Understood.
user.
That's why I asked the process protocol question.
Okay, and then continue on, the protocol is in January, once new officers are elected, we're supposed to review everything from the previous ANC and reapprove it or make changes. We like to make changes in the budgeting process. We're supposed to do that in January.
Agreed.
So that's the procedure.
But
Was it followed?
If it does follow, except for one point, and that's why I keep asking the process procedure question. As a technical matter, once India was gone, and India was gone
Before the election.
before the election,
Yes, she was.
all right? So as a technical matter, it should have been addressed then, because the treasurer was no longer within the ANC.
So as someone who spent a lot of time on this, like, I think the details on what Bernice said earlier about what was voted on in 2013, there was a vote to have, like, actually there's a policy, right, that was written that was.
Yeah,
There's an equipment policy. that
It was
we
an
have
equipment
to
policy
have
to
whenever
have-
we-
to have cell phones, and one of the paragraphs in it says, we're gonna issue a request for proposals, RFPs, and we'll get bids, and we'll do all of that. And I think that didn't happen, right? That's one thing, and I'll shut up, is that there was never a vote to contract with T-Mobile, right? There were month-to-month votes to pay a bill, but there was never a vote.
I understand all that, and that's my point. My point is, it should have never gotten to that point, because
Even under the previous body, though, right? Like, that's the point was, even under the previous commission, that commission never even said it's okay to put ANC 5D on a T-Mobile
And
bill.
there
'cause
is
they
no
never voted for it.
contract on record with T-Mobile with ANC 5D. It's with
again,
individuals.
I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm simply saying, we're getting ready to end another year. Can we kind of try to
that's a
start
simple fix.
straighten this out?
That's why we're trying to
Well,
get
I
this.
understand. This is why we've been trying to get this on the agenda every month. In
that's
this
why it's
matter,
been
not just to
avoided.
pay the bill. That's why we refused to pay the bill, because when we asked to have it disconnected, put the treasurer on the account, no, it was not put on the agenda.
So by us offering or presenting this resolution,
I understand that.
tonight.
I knew why you were doing it. I knew exactly what the structure was supposed to be to do what you're doing. I don't have any problems with that.
I don't think you do.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, we're using this as a way, hopefully this will allow me to gain access and we can make whatever.
You guys have been through this. You can't do what I'm saying that for these people.
Oh, I,
And the reason I say that, we all know that I've been supportive of Kathy Henderson. At least most of you guys know, if they don't, some of them know. My point to you is, and when I attended your meeting after the initial issuance of the recall petition, I told you, there's one hand saying this and the other hand saying that. And that shouldn't go on. That meeting was in what, June, July? All right? There's still misinformation coming out as much as this last week.
And I think to your second question about how, like, what you said, we're gonna talk about the budget, I think that's what we've all been, like, when we have our committee, the whole meetings and sort of plan an agenda, I think I speak for everybody when we say the whole intention is to make as many people as part of all these processes as we can, because at the end of the day, we are advisory neighborhood commissioners, right? Like, our role is to advise. And so if we're gonna advise effectively about what constituents want, we have to have 100 people behind us, not 20. And so that's, I think, the point, is to put out as much official information as we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you said it was 7 ANC commissioners in the past and only 5.
I don't know, I'm guessing, I wasn't
Okay.
here.
No, it was 7.
Since I've been here, it was 7.
No, okay, it was 7.
Mm-hmm.
2 didn't want the cell phones.
Okay.
That's why they didn't get the cell phones. That's why it.
I wasn't here for
Yeah, I'm
that.
just saying, that's why it was 5. 2 agency commissioners said that they didn't want the cell phone.
Okay.
Now, on some of our business cards, on my business card, I have that cell phone number, I have my government email, and I put my private email down there. That's how my constituents contact me, because
Okay.
sometimes the government email that they give us, sometimes it don't work, and sometimes it do.
Maybe
So-
in the past, it's worked all year.
Yeah, so my constituents have 3 ways to contact me.
okay,
Just, so as a authorized user as treasurer, so would you be opening up a new T-Mobile account? Or, well, not T-Mobile, but, well, I guess it would be T-Mobile if you haven't closed the last one, so would it be a new account?
So
Or are you just trying to
actually,
gain access to the old one?
we are trying to gain access to the old one, so that, like I mentioned in here, so that there can be actions taken, so that we're not continuing to accrue an expense.
Can I make it, if it's in an individual's name,
Mhm.
then let the individual be responsible, and then you open up, y'all vote on whatever you vote on, open up a new account, and it's something else that is not under the particular ANC. I'm just saying, because if it's in somebody's personal name and you need to pay the bill.
It's actually, a major reason why we are not able, we can't pay this yet is because it's not a 5D expense. It's not, like, the name is on there, but there's no contract in place.
Right.
And we could actually be legally responsible, or it would be illegal to pay the bill when we haven't voted to do this bill. So the point now is to just like stop, because we haven't said like this is our account. T-Mobile assumes because it was open in the past and it's been an existing account for a while, that it is an ANC account, but there's nothing, no contract on file.
So if we were to pay it, it would be deducted from our next allotment.
If you were to pay it without
We
approving
can't
it by
pay it.
vote.
No, even
We
if,
cannot pay it
no, what I'm
because
saying, if we were to pay them by vote, it would be deducted from our allotment. Cause we're
we
getting
are
another.
actually consulting the Office of the DC Auditor and also, the ANC office, because we needed to verify, has there been was there a vote that was taken to even approve this? But I think that's something that we, as a whole ANC, meaning even the two commissioners that are not here, need to talk about, but at this point, we don't wanna keep accruing funds or debt that we may be responsible for, we don't know. So, I like your idea, but I guess that's something that we would have to talk about as a commission in terms of like opening a new account, like that would be, because it's, I think that we all need to discuss whether or not we want cell phones. So that's something that we, I think, are open to discussing.
Okay, we have a time limit on the roll call room for 8:30, so we wanna be as open as possible. So I would just ask that any other questions make it concise and hopefully, yes, Mr. Mike, concise. And so we can, get the police officers back out on the street to do their job tonight, cause it's warm.
Cause they will put
And
us
they're
out.
out. It was properly moved in second, that we, did we vote?
No, we did not.
Okay, it was properly moved in second. All those in favor of the resolution for the ANC 5D treasurer authorized T-Mobile bill, disconnect the existing account, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any noes? The resolution passed at 4-0. I'm gonna be quick on this. There's a resolution to lease a PO box to change ANC 5D commission mailing address. Currently, all ANC mail is going to Commissioner Henderson, whether it's mine, any commissioners, all mail is going to her house. So some things we don't see. Normally, when you was asking about the money, the $50,000 is for things like having an office. ANC 5C used to have an office at Webb. That was some years ago. And the government will allow you to have, the district can allow you to have an office space, so that would mean if we had office space, that's where our mail would be going to. Currently, we're seeking office space, right now, within the ANC, so we can meet within, have our meetings in whole and discuss and just the whole things, equipment. So first, the easiest thing for us to do is get a PO box, that's why we have that resolution. Is there a motion on the floor?
I move the resolution to lease PO box and change a ANC 5D commission address. Be it resolved by the DC Advisory Neighborhood Commission 5D, ANC 5D authorizes the expenditure of up to $150 annually for the purpose of leasing a PO box. And be it further resolved, the ANC 5D treasurer shall enter ANC 5D into a 1-year post office leasing agreement with the U.S. Postal Service, not to exceed the above amount annually. And be it further resolved, the ANC 5D secretary shall serve as the ANC 5D central document repository and shall distribute all documents received at the PO box to all ANC 5D commissioners within 15 days of receipt. And be it further resolved, the ANC 5D secretary and the ANC 5D treasurer are authorized to direct vendors, DC government agencies, and any other parties with which ANC 5D corresponds on official business to utilize the above named PO box to communicate with the commission.
Heard the resolution as proposed by Commissioner Shropshire. Is there a motion on the floor?
That was the motion.
That was your motion. Is it second?
Second.
That was seconded by Commissioner Roberts and Commissioner Blacknell. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There was no opposed. That passed 4-0. Next item we have is a resolution to establish ANC 5D Commission website. Commissioner Roberts.
This is a resolution to establish an ANC 5D Commission website, and the resolution states, be it resolved by the DC Advisory Neighborhood Commission 5D, ANC 5D authorizes the expenditure of up to $200 annually for the purpose of acquiring a domain name and website hosting services, and be it further resolved, ANC 5D directs Commissioner Adam Roberts to establish a publicly accessible website that displays all 5D Commission public documents, including ANC 5D meeting agendas, including ANC 5D meeting minutes, meeting agendas, bylaws, ANC 5D financial reports, ANC 5D resolutions, ANC 5D letters of support and or opposition, and a calendar of upcoming ANC 5D meetings within 60 days.
Is there a second?
I second.
Resolution seconded by Commissioner Blacknell. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? It passes 4-0. Our next resolution, Commissioner Shropshire.
I move this resolution to establish a special committee of ANC 5D fiscal year 16 budget. Be it resolved by the DC Advisory Neighborhood Commission 5D, ANC 5D hereby establishes a special committee comprised of interested ANC 5D commissioners to develop the ANC 5D annual fiscal year 2016 budget. And be it further resolved, ANC 5D designates the ANC 5D treasurer as the chairperson of the special committee. And be it resolved, further resolved, the special committee shall be charged with collecting feedback from commissioners and constituents and preparing a draft of the aforementioned budget for ANC 5D approval within 60 days. Upon conclusion of this work, the special committee shall be dissolved.
Is there a second on that resolution?
I second.
The resolution is seconded by Commissioner Blacknell. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution passes 4-0. That is on the special, that's all we have on the agenda. Since we did handle that business, are there any other concerns since we have 5 minutes?
Might want to adjourn since we can't have completed.
Okay, all right. We're
Can I
gonna-
Make a
add one
motion,
thing before we
make a-
go? Because I voted on that last
Yes.
week.
Can we, so we're proper, can we maybe adjourn and then do
Yeah,
that?
it's not
We're not
necessary.
gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that, well, second by Commissioner Roberts. Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned.